important is design, it's always a decision of the decision maker. It's the customer, it's the person who's got the vision. You could make a truck just functionally and have all the wires there, have all the screens there, all the desks, and it's not important how it looks like. It works. You could work in it, but where is the joy and where's the identification and also how do you sell it as a machine or as a working space? And that's the point where design comes in the project. So we work around the technicians. The engineers say what's important, what they need, how much space they need, where they fit it. But then somebody from outside, in this case me, comes and looks at the project and and it has a lot to do with the decision making and the decision taking. So I made suggestions and said, okay, be careful not to over-penetrate a logo, for example, not to brand it too much because you want to sell it to other customers. So they need their own identification. So in a way, it's branded, but it has to be neutral and cool as well. From my opinion, it's a working space you have to feel very confident in. Well, all the interfaces have to be very carefully decided. So you touch surfaces, that's where you can interconnect to materials. It's the sound, it's the light, it's the background noise, it's everything comes together, and the air. Nowadays, even more important, the airflow, air conditioning, so that people feel very well and they can be concentrated on their job and don't have to deal with things. So they feel well, operate on their job and be creative and fast and happy in a way. Very important part of the design process was the brand interpretation. So for us, it's one thing that shows to others and the other thing that shows internally. So we say it's 60% to the outside and 40% to the inside. So the people who work in it feel confident, feel at the right brand, feel in the right place, and be happy and proud to work on this. And this is, in recruiting matters, a very big issue nowadays. In this case, we said we have a horizontal line. We don't want to have vertical lines. We have it all, the long line, all a linear design. So a table, for instance, couldn't have a Baroque straightening side wall. It had to be divided into different lines again. So it's detailing, it's looking for the whole impression. The best scenario, a person enters the van the first time, would be, wow. Well, at home is probably a high level to take, but the next space to your home office maybe, or your used working environment. So you'll be able to interact with your colleagues and you feel okay. So it's not a strange position you're working in, or a little cabin with some cheap plywood wall covers and you feel like in a camp than on a workspace. So that's the difference. The OB in use is more or less a team sport. It's like a soccer field. You have positions and you have to fulfill your positions, and you have to interact together. So our main goal was that we don't have good and bad places, that we have a very democratic setup. So it's not a hierarchy in what you do. It's all one big truck.